Hannah, and welcome back to my channel. I am very excited to be back today. No, I was not about to take another YouTube hiatus. I actually fractured up my arm pretty badly in 2 different locations, so I've been resting and chilling, and I also worked on a really cool project, and I'm still working on another project, but things sometimes just get hectic and crazy. Just because I might go a few days without uploading, or in this case like 10 days without uploading, doesn't mean I'm taking another hiatus for YouTube. Just means life gets crazy. So, today's video, I'm very excited because we're going to be doing a review on the Daisy Delicate palette from Colourpop. I freaking love daisies. I remember last year they did a sunflower collection, and I was like, I really want them to do a daisy collection, and they did one, and I'm so happy. So, we're going to do a full-on look with this palette today. So get out your brushes, and let's get started. This palette is a 12-pan palette, and it retails for $18 on the Colourpop website. The front of it and the back of it has daisies all over it, which is so pretty. It's my favorite. I will not be able to do a lot of swatches for y'all today. I typically am not able to do a lot of swatches with the way that my arms are. It's a little aggravating for me. So what I will suggest for you to do is just go online and look at swatches yourself if you really want to see the shadows. I will be using this palette in future tutorials, videos, TikToks, that type of thing. So you can always go down below into my description box. I have all my socials linked there. And you can kind of just see the palette for itself and see like the other shades if that's something that you want to do. So I did, before we started the video, I did fill in my brows with my Morphe Brow Pomade. This is in the shade of Biscotti. And I also primed my eyelids with the Juvia's Place eyeshadow primer. It sounds like my mom is going to be vacuuming the house today. So if you hear anything, I am very sorry about that. Alright, let's get into this look. I'm going to take a very fluffy crease brush. This is from the Morphe and Nikita Dragon collab. I'm not the biggest fan of Nikita Dragon. I've never really watched many of her tutorials and things. Nothing personally against her. I've never really checked out her channel. I'm going to take the shade Pinwheel, which is right here, and I'm just going to be applying that to the crease. Now, a fun fact about Pinwheel, or really just like the name itself, Pinwheel is actually what Nickelodeon was called when it first began in the 70s. Yeah, I watched like this documentary thing on Hulu about Nickelodeon and like the start of Nickelodeon and all that, and they were talking about how when they first began they were called Pinwheel. So when I seen that they had a shade in this palette, I was like, oh, that used to be Nickelodeon's name. So just thought I would share that little tidbit. So as you can tell, Pinwheel is pretty decently pigmented. Don't need to build that up. The reason why I like to use the Juvia's Place primer is, I know it's a little expensive for some people. It's like $12, but it is absolutely worth it because your shadows will come out much more pigmented and more seamless, and they'll blend a lot easier. I really haven't found any other primer that really holds on and clings on to pigment and longevity to shadow. So I definitely recommend this primer to everybody because it is amazing. I'm just going to take this flat shader brush from Hip Dot. What I'm going to do with this is take the shade Chain Letter, which is just like this really pretty kind of shimmer color. It's kind of like an off gold color. It's really, really pretty. I'm going to pack that onto the lid. Now, if you're watching this at home, this is just how I like to do my eyeshadow for my eye shape. Now, you don't have to do your eyeshadow the way that I'm doing it, but I like to do this to fit my eye shape. And I'm just going to be packing that onto the lid. And in case you're wondering, we will be incorporating the yellow in the palette here shortly. Just wanted to see how that shimmer applied. So I did apply this wet. I just wet my brush with a little bit of the MAC Fix Plus setting spray. This is a very, very small one from Ipsy. I need to go back and repurchase my big one. And I went to an Ulta yesterday,
And the Ulta that I went to, they did not have a MAC section. So I was kind of like, okay, that's kind of odd. I thought MAC was supposed to be at like all locations, but the lady, the manager, she was so sweet. She was so nice. I forgot her name. But anyway, we talked for a bit. She was really cool. And she was like, oh, like they're only at like certain Ultas. And I was like, oh, okay. So guess I'll have to order that online. Alright, that shade, it did apply nicely. It's not a super wow shade for me. I definitely have seen better shimmers from Colourpop, so, it's not giving me that pizzazz that they typically give, but it's not bad either. I think what I'm going to do is layer the shade Bloom Room over the top of that shimmer, just because I'm not really, I feel like chain letter would be like a really good inner corner highlight. I don't feel like it's like a really good lid color. So I'm just going to take this shade of Bloom Room. Now this is like a really pretty shimmer green. It's really pretty. I've never really played around with a shadow kind of like this before. So I kind of want to see. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely beautiful. Yes, ma'am. Oh my gosh. That is a really, really pretty green. Oh my gosh. I'm like obsessed. I am obsessed with it. Okay. Yes. Much, much better. Definitely much, much better. Just wasn't impressed with how chain letter was looking on the lid. So I went in and changed it up. So I did. And it's like not disappointing me at all. That is a really, really pretty green. Oh my goodness. That might be my favorite shade out of this whole palette. With the e.l.f. eye contour brush, I'm going to dip into the shade Rooted. It is just a really beautiful soft brown. Pinwheel was more of like a soft orange color. And then Rooted is more of like a soft brown. I'm just going to pack that onto the outer corner of the eye. And just kind of sweep this a little bit halfways into the crease. Just to make everything kind of blend out a little bit better. And to kind of deepen up and add more definition to the crease as well. I actually really like the shade. As you can tell, like, you can do like a really, really neutral spring look with this palette, which is what really, and it intrigued me and drew me to the palette because I just really like doing really soft and neutral looks for spring. I feel like that looks really, really pretty. And I feel like the shades work good with my outfit today as well. Because I try to be one of those people that like matches my makeup to my outfits. Just always have been that person. Also as well, I would like to note that this palette doesn't really have any fallout to it whatsoever. So you could totally do your eyes after you do your foundation. The reason that I did it is just because that's just not how I like to do my stuff. But this doesn't really have a lot of fallout to it. So you can totally do your foundation first and then your eyeshadow. Because you don't really have to worry about any fallout. I think the only shade that I really worked with that had any fallout was the shade Pinwheel. But Rooted didn't really have any fallout. Bloom Room didn't really have any fallout. And Chain Letter didn't really have any fallout either. So just something to keep in mind. And with Pinwheel, it really wasn't anything like crazy with the fallout. It was just very light. So now that I have that done, I'm going to take this blending brush from the Nikita Dragon collection from Morphe, and I'm just going to blend. Alright, I went and finished up the rest of my makeup, so now we're going to finish the eyes off camera. I am talking a little bit lower because my brother just came in from work. He works night shift and the early morning shift, so he is sleeping down the hall. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go into the waterline, and I'm going to line it with the Colourpop BFF Gel Eyeliner Pencil. Now this one is in the shade Get Paid, and it's just a really pretty soft brown. I thought it would look really nice with this particular eye look.
So that is what we're going to be doing. It's just lining the waterline with this pencil. Now, I love these gel pencils from Colourpop. They're so smooth, so creamy. They glide into the waterline like a dream. And even though they're not waterproof, they don't smudge throughout the day, which is a big plus for me because I do have issues with eyeliners kind of smudging out of my waterline. Also, too, if my angle has changed, I'm sorry. I have really just been into eyeliner recently. I have like a whole bunch that like I just ordered. I am now becoming that crazy eyeliner person. I never really went through like an eyeliner stage in like a middle school or high school. I feel like everybody went through like a really big eyeliner stage, and I just kind of skipped through that stage. Alright. I'm going to go back into the Daisy Does It palette, and I'm going to take the shade Top Pick, which is just that beautiful yellow there. I told you we were going to have a beautiful pop of yellow in this look, and I was not kidding about that. I just really like yellow eyeshadow. I don't know why, I just do. So we're just going to pop this onto the lower lash to be our pop of yellow, and I'm using the e.l.f. Detailed Eye Brush to apply it. So I was recently on Good Morning America and ABC News, which was really big and really cool for me. They discovered my content over on Instagram and on TikTok. I know I talk a lot about that, but those are like my two, or well, TikTok is kind of like my bigger platform, and then Instagram would probably be my third, and then this is like my second. But anyway, I don't think of it like that, but like I'm just kind of demonstrating. But they discovered me there, and then they discovered my YouTube channel and everything, and they kind of like had a watch of me for a little while. Okay, so this yellow is really, really pigmented, but it does have glitter in it, so just kind of be warned about that. And the glitter is kind of like falling out underneath my lower lash line a little bit, or like underneath a little bit, but yeah, but it's a really, really pretty color. It's a really pretty pop of yellow. Okay, so they discovered me there, and they decided they wanted to do like a piece for me online, or about me online. So that was really, really cool, and that came out yesterday. Today is March 29th, I think. Yeah, today is March 29th, and yesterday was the 28th. So it went up yesterday. I'm going to take the shade that's So Fresh right here. I'm going to take that onto this little lip brush, and we're going to use that as my inner corner highlight today, because I want to see how that would look on the inner corner. So it did a piece about me there, which is really cool, and I'm like blown away like how well it's being received. That was totally awesome. I had a meeting later today about some other stuff, so I have a lot of exciting things coming up for y'all that I am super duper excited about, like so excited about. Okay, that is a really pretty shade. It does kind of have like a green shift to it, but it's not like the green that we used on my eye earlier. It just kind of like has like a soft shift to it, so it pairs nicely with that green. I'm digging this look. I'm loving this. It is so springy, or at least to me, it's springy. I know to some people this probably isn't going to be springy, but to me, it is. So I like the color layout of the palette. And I'm not saying that because I like Colourpop. I'm like generally in love with this palette. Okay, I'm going to go into the Rare Beauty mascara on the top and the lower lashes. This is a really good volumizing mascara, and I'm just going to kind of blink into the wand because I feel like your lashes get coated better with this. Now, if you're watching this at home and you just want to stop at this part, you totally can. I am going to add some false lashes here in a bit because I just really like false lashes. I feel like they make me look more put together, but you totally don't have to do that step. You can just do mascara if you're watching this at home, but I'm going to do false lashes.
I found with this mascara that it kind of gets better as it gets drier. So, like, the more dried up it gets, the better it is. So, just keep that in mind, because it does get a little bit easier to work with. Now what I'm going to do is use some false lashes. I'm really excited about this. These are my Kiss lashes. These are the Naked Drama lashes. So these are like dramatic, but like they're very natural at the same time. These are in the style Ruffle. I got these because of Michaela Nagaro over on TikTok. She loves these lashes, and I literally buy everything affordable that she recommends. So I'm very excited to try this lash, or to use these lashes. I already tried them and I really like them. And I'm going to use my Metal Eyelash Applicator and my Kiss Lash Glue. Alright, I fixed my angle and I kind of brought y'all a little bit closer, but this is what I look like with the lashes on, and they look fully complete. So I do have to say that I love this Daisy palette. This is definitely going to be my spring go-to for eyeshadow looks. I'm totally going to be using this for an Easter look, for Easter Sunday, to wear to like Easter service, because this is just so pretty and just so fun to play around with. You got so many fun shades to play around with for spring. A beautiful pops of color, beautiful neutrals, totally something that can work with the spring vibe. I know a lot of people over on social media, they were saying that they just wasn't vibing with the actual palette because they didn't get Daisy vibes from it. I don't necessarily get Daisy vibes from it, but when I think of daisies, I think of spring. And I definitely get like spring vibes when I look at this palette. And I know I keep saying that over and over again, but it's true. Like, I definitely get like spring vibes when I look at this palette. So overall, I think this is a really good investment to your spring makeup. I mean, it's only $18. $18 really isn't that bad compared to like Morphe palettes and like other brands and things. So I really like this palette. I'm gonna be keep on using it. Like I said, keep a lookout for it on other platforms for like looks and stuff, because this is so pretty. It's so pretty. I love it. If you did enjoy this video, then do two things for me before you leave. Number one, don't forget to hit that subscribe button while you're down there, because it helps me out a ton. Number two, like the video, because it also helps me out with like the algorithm. I don't really know how the YouTube algorithm works. I've been on YouTube now for almost 7 years, and I still have yet to figure out like how the algorithm works. So I would just say, just like the video, subscribe, maybe share the video if you did enjoy this. I think that does help me out a ton as well. And I will see you all in my next video soon. We'll probably be reviewing the Limelight palette, because I also got that palette when my mom got me the Daisy palette. She bought me the Limelight palette. So I'll probably be doing a video on the Limelight palette next. I don't know. I did a bunch of green looks here on my channel for St. Patrick's Day. So that might just be reviewed on my TikTok, and I might just do something else. But anyway, I'll definitely be back in a week with a new video. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, my little unicorns.